Happy GAQA, what should I do Wednesday? I hope you guys are having a fantastic, magical, wonderful middle of your week. I know I am for the most part. I got my new car yesterday. As I talked about on Monday that I had gotten in a wreck and totaled my car. So bye-bye old car, hello pretty new car, or new to me. It's a couple of years older than what I had, but it has quite a few, and by quite a few I mean like 100,000 less miles on it than my old one. And it's still got all the bells and whistles that my old one had, so it's pretty much the same car, just a couple of years older and a little bit more fancier. Like, it talks to me and does things automatically, and just, it like heats my entire seat instead of just my butt, which was kind of uncomfortable in my old car. Like, my butt would get really hot, but the rest of me would still be really cold. This whole seat heats, so like my neck gets warm. And so when I have back problems anyway, so the fact that my heated leather seats like massage my back, that's cool. Like, I'll take that all day long. So yeah, that stress is gone. Like, it's done and taken care of, and it's sitting in the driveway, and and then work is work, which is where I just came from, hence why I look like I tried today. Because I literally just got off of work like an hour ago. And it's work. It's just is what it is. Like, it's never gonna be amazing like all the time. So it has its moments, but that's life, yo. But we're not here to talk about new cars or new to me cars or crazy work schedules or the fact that I look really cute today, just saying, or at least I think so anyway. We are here for GAQA, What Should I Do Wednesday, where I answer all of your general paranormal and ghost adventures related questions that you guys asked me all up on the Facebook page. And you guys did an awesome job this week of giving me some really good questions, things we haven't talked about for a while, things we haven't talked about at all. So I'm really excited to get started, so here we go, yo. Our first question is from our very own Bobby Ann Merritt, and she asks me, what's the difference between orbs and dust and bugs? So all of us admins, you know, we go through the page and look at all the stuff and on the page, and we constantly get asked, hey, is there something in this picture? Hey, does somebody see this? Hey, do you think this is an orb? Hey, do you think this is bugs or dust or whatever? And then we'll have certain people analyze them and use their take on them and blah, 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 blah. The difference between orbs of light or balls of energy and dust and bugs are, an orb is going to be more than likely round in shape. It's going to have a distinct lighting pattern. It can be white, it can be red, it can be a multitude of colors. It's going to have a substance about it that is not something of this world or whatever. And it's going to just be obliviously unexplainable. A dust on a camera looks like snow. So when you're going to capture dust and things like that, when you are going to capture evidence and you have this flurry of activity on the camera, that is dust. It looks like snow. A bug, when slowed down in slow motion, you're going to be able to see the distinct body feature of the bug. You're going to be able to see the wings. You're going to be able to see that it's obviously not something that... It's something that can be explained away. It's not something that seems out of this world. When you have a ball of light, you know, come out of the corner, out of frame, and just shoot across, and by the time it gets to here, it's half gone, you might want to look at it twice. So it's going to be pretty distinct. You're going to be able to distinguish what is what. So to recap, a ball of energy or a ball of light or an orb is going to be 99.9% of the time round in color or have a shape that is not explainable by anything else. Snow on a camera or dust on a camera looks like snow. It flurries in all directions. It kind of just goes crazy. And a bug, you're going to be able to see the body, the wingspan, the flutter. It's going to move in a bug-like fashion. Orbs tend to hover. They tend to manipulate. They tend to change shape mid-flight. A bug's not going to do that. Dust, obviously, isn't going to do that. So if you believe that you have an orb, you're not sure, you, of course, can always ask one of us, and we'll give you our opinion on it. Or you can just slow it down, really take some time to look at it, try to debunk it yourself, and if it's just not unexplainable, then you may have something on your hands. So, very good question. I know, Bobby, that you knew the answer to that, but I also know why you asked it, and it's always nice to keep the page informed, right? Right. Our next question is the threes curse and my thoughts on that. And that was something that Heather kind of, another one of our awesome admins, brought to our attention on the page. And I talked to her earlier in the week and asked her if I could talk about it in my video. And she was, of course, all on board for it. Something we haven't talked about before. So when you have a three, a lot of times death comes in threes. You always hear, oh, death comes in threes, or bad things come in threes. You have this person die, and then 2 weeks later this person will die, and then 3 months later or 6 months later this person will die, and it will all come in a matter of just a short amount of time. And we, had some discussion on the page about it, about whether or not you believe in it or not. I do. I've had way too many things happen in my life in a threes pattern that I just can't explain away. And 95% of them have been bad. So I think that it's meant to be, kind of a curse. You think about it, threes are a lot of things when it comes to death, and when it comes to the paranormal, and when it comes to a spiritual factor. You think about the three, the Holy Trinity, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. That's threes. That is the mocking of the Trinity in demonic nature. 3 scratches, 3 claw marks, 3 burns, 3 bites, 3 whatever. They're mocking that Holy Trinity, the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. So then when you automatically think of death comes in threes. It comes, you'll lose your grandpa, and 6 months later you lose your grandma, and then 6 months after that you'll lose your uncle or something. It's just really weird how it comes out. People think it's a coincidence sometimes. People think it's this, it's that. I truly believe that there's something to it. Something that we can't explain. Something that we're maybe not meant to explain. Maybe that's just the cycle of life. Maybe that's just the pattern and the way that the earth rotates, and we just don't really think about it. But I do hands down believe that whether it's exactly a curse, I don't know if it's necessarily a curse, or maybe it's just, like I said, the fact of how things kind of go and evolve. Things just come in threes. Speaking of, on a spiritual level, it's scary when you see a 3 or you see something in threes, because you automatically assume and you take into account what you've always heard and learned about in the mocking of the Trinity. Threes often lead to something demonic or evil in nature. So you have to keep in mind of that. Do I think that, like, if you lose 3 people in your family in 6 months or whatever, and it's all tragic, that you have a demon or something like that? Of course not. But you think more of that when the activity has increased to the point of where you're getting scratched or bit or whatever, and it's coming in threes. You start thinking about that kind of thing. So yes, I do believe in it. I do believe there's something to it. What that something is, I'm not really sure. It's just one of those really creepy, weird things that you just that just kind of makes you go, and you really think about it. You really take the time to think about it. So yes, I do believe in the threes. I'll say curse. I really don't know if it's a curse, or if it's just the way that the earth turns. But I do believe in the power of 3, I guess. So very good question. I'm really glad that was something different we haven't ever discussed before. So I always like those. Moving on. Our next couple of questions are from Tiffany Riley, and she asked, the first one is the difference between spirits and demons. This is a really good question. A lot of people don't know the answer to this. We've talked about it before, but that was eons ago and like 50 videos ago, so who knows the last time we talked about it. A spirit is something that is attached to the home, the land, there's a reason for it to be there. It's a manifestation of electromagnetic energy, of spiritual energy that is left by something either on the property or to the person, to the people involved. A lot of times they have a purpose. They have a reason to be there. They have a reason for wanting to stay. And a lot of times they are not looking to harm you. They're looking for answers. They may or may not understand why they're there. They may or may not understand why you're there. They may not even know they're dead. And so they don't seek to harm. They seek to get answers for themselves, and they seek to find closure and find peace. There are spirits who are evil in nature. They were evil, and those people were often evil in life, and so they're evil in death. They've left with a chip on their shoulder, and now they are manifesting that anger and that discontentment after death. And that can often lead people to wonder whether they're in the presence of something more demonic or more evil. And that's not always the case. I think that sometimes people are just pissed off. They're angry. They were pissed off in life, so they're pissed off in death. It's like, well, my baby mama done did me wrong when I was alive, so now I'm going to be mad as hell and haunt her for the rest of my life, and I'm going to be just as mad and just as mean and just as pissed in life as I was, or in death as I was in life. And that just may be, the situation. Or you may have a situation where you are in the presence of something a little more sinister. You've had satanic rituals done, on your property. You've opened that gateway, you've opened that door, and that's what you're going to have to look for and worry about is those signs. And some of the signs of that are how the spirit that you're having interaction with, or the activity that you're having interaction with, how it affects you. How it affects your home life, your environment, how you feel when you're in the presence of what you're dealing with. If you're scared, if you're having all these negative experiences, it's affecting your mood, it's affecting your behavior, it's affecting your family. You might be in the presence of something dark. It doesn't necessarily mean it's a demon. The way that spirits affect you is big in the way that in the way of determining what you're dealing with. And so it kind of goes right into the next question that she asked about, can spirits or demons make someone physically sick even if they don't have any special talents or abilities? And that kind of goes into what I was going to say about how the spirits make you feel. If you are in the presence of something and you hear knocks on the walls and lights flicker and you're not really scared and you're kind of at ease with the situation, you're obviously not probably in the presence of something demonic or evil. When you think about demonic activity and you think about demons, you think about the way that they affect you. And the answer is yes. Demons have a power that is out of this world. Like, you don't know what they are capable of exactly doing, because their power is almost limitless, because they're of a spiritual realm. You think of the stages of possession. You think of oppression, infestation, and possession. Oppression is when that spirit has made contact with you. They know you are there, and they're beginning to affect you physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. They get into your head, they get into your dreams, they get into your thoughts, they get into your mind, and they make you feel out of control. They make you feel out of control of yourself, your environment, your body. They make you physically ill, they make you mentally ill, they make you emotionally ill, and they're beginning to dig into you to seek you out to destroy you, because that's what a demon wants to do. They want to destroy your soul. You move into infestation, and this is where they have dug under your skin. They are now in. They have warped your mind. They have morphed your thoughts. They have gotten a hold of you, and you are slowly losing grip with reality, and you're beginning to think, on a spiritual level, negatively. This is going to affect your family, your friends, the people, your coworkers, your children, the people around you. You've got to really pay attention to that. If you can, and the most important thing is to discover it in the oppression phase, because once you're into the infestation phase, it's even harder to get out. And of course, the final stage is that ugly little word called possession, where they have completely taken you over, and now you are theirs. And now you are in a spiritual battle for your life between good and evil. So yes, they can manipulate you, even if you're not an empath, you're not a psychic, you're not a medium, you're not a sensitive, because they have the power to take over anybody's soul. And that's the scary part. Anybody is subject to paranormal activity. Anybody is subjected to demonic activity. I think being hyper aware helps, I'm an empath, and I have hypersensitivity issues to my environment, so I'm very aware of not only my environment, but the environment of people around me. And it's allowed me to be able to see when I'm being affected myself, and when I'm affecting other people, and when other people are affecting me. And so being hypersensitive to your environment does give you an advantage, but that doesn't mean that you are the only ones subjected to that kind of behavior. Anyone can be subjected to paranormal activity or demonic activity or spiritual activity of any kind. No one is banned from experiencing it. I think that some people have the ability to experience it more than others, but everybody has that ability to experience paranormal activity. And everyone has the subjectability to be affected by it, positively or negatively. So very good questions. Both of them, even though they kind of went together, were awesome. And it's something that we talk about a lot around here, being in the paranormal community, I guess. Obviously, spirits and demons and possession are something that's talked about a lot, and so it's always nice to bring attention to it. Our final question is about Zach's movie, Sympathy Said the Shark, and it's kind of just a little update. Sympathy Said the Shark did great at the film festival. It won tons of awards. It got tons of recognition. And people are now wanting to know when it's going to be released. Is it coming to theaters on the East Coast? Is it coming to theaters on the West Coast? Is it coming to theaters in the Midwest? Where can we see this movie? I want to see Zach. I want to see Devin's work. I want to see this movie. We've heard all this hype. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the good news is that Sympathy Said the Shark will be released for video on demand January 15th. So anybody who has access to a cable provider or a video on demand service can watch Sympathy Said the Shark beginning January 15th. As far as I know, that's going to be carrier wide. I don't know. It's going to be up to your TV provider whether or not they are going to release it on their video on demand, but it is going to be released on the video on demand platform January 15th. So that is the update for Sympathy Said the Shark. I know I'm really excited about it. I've wanted to see it. It looks like an amazing movie. I know Devin and Zach did a wonderful job, and I can't wait to just sit down and get lost in it. So that is the update. Sympathy Said the Shark will be released video on demand January 15th. So everybody go hashtag yay for Sympathy Said the Shark. But that is all I have this week for GAQA What Should I Do Wednesday. I will be back on Friday for GA Flashback Friday, where I recap the past episode of Ghost Adventures. Until then, stay happy, stay healthy, continue to stay warm. I'm going to take a nap because this girl is exhausted. I've slept about 45 minutes in 2 days. I know. I'm just, whatever. So I'm going to take a nap before my kids get home from school. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday and enjoy the rest of your week. I will see you guys Friday. Much love and happiness. Bye.